Welcome. My name is Jeff Brown, and today we're going to be talking about Edgar Allan Poe and the life and all of his works. That's it. Edgar Allan Poe was born January 19th, 1809 in Boston, Massachusetts. In 1810, Edgar's parents separate. Elizabeth Poe takes the children as the father leaves. In 1811, Edgar Allan Poe's mother, Elizabeth, dies. Edgar moves in with Mr. and Mrs. John Allan. In 1815, at the age of 6 years old, Edgar Allan Poe moves to England. In 1820, 5 years later, Edgar Allan Poe returned to the United States for his schooling at William Burke Academy. In 1826, Edgar Allan Poe attends the University of Virginia. 1 year later, Poe drops out of school because John Allan, his foster parent, won't give him any money. In the same year, Poe writes and prints his first book, Tamerlane and Other Poems. In desperate need of money, Poe joins the U.S. Army. During his time in the Army, Poe does well and attains the rank of Sergeant Major. In 1829, Mrs. Allan dies, forcing Edgar to return home. At the age of 23 in 1832, Poe submits a number of stories to various magazines, but they sadly all get rejected. In 1835, at the age of 26, Poe wins a contest for the manuscript found in a bottle. Because of the contest, Poe finally gets a steady job. 1 year later, in 1836, Poe marries his cousin Virginia in May. Ooh, she's hot. In 1839, Poe writes The Fall of the House of Usher. He also writes Tales of the Grotesque and Arabesque. That is Poe's first volume of short stories. Poe receives no money from the publisher for this volume. In 1841, Poe writes The Murders in the Rue Morgue. Sadly, 1 year later, Virginia Poe breaks a blood vessel while playing the piano. In 1843, Poe wins $100 for The Gold Bug. In the same year, Poe writes The Telltale Heart, a very famous and well-known story. In 1845, Poe writes his also well-known and most glorious novel, The Raven. 2 years later, Poe's wife sadly dies from tuberculosis on January 30th. 1847. In 1848, Poe writes The Poetic Principle. Poe spends most of his remaining year in a little cottage in the Bronx, New York. On September 30th, 1849, Poe goes to Baltimore, Massachusetts. On October 3rd, Poe is found half-conscious and is taken to a hospital. Death. Death falls upon Edgar Allan Poe on October 7th, 1849. We aren't certain how he died, whether it was alcoholism, depression, we aren't sure. But we do know this. He died at a very young age. Very, very sad. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time learning about Edgar Allan Poe. I know I have. And until then,